Ever wonder what your day would be like with Boom Radio? Yep, us too. We don't think about nightmares.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Boombar on Boom Radio NG. Thank God it's Friday, New Music Friday. So many things are happening. My name is Sola Rogers, and it's always a pleasure to bring you the Boombar.
Okay, hello. Okay, why am I like this? sorry. That was a little break in transmission. But I'm here. I'm Dolupo. It is a pleasure to be at the bar this very interesting afternoon. If you're just joining us for the very first time, we bid you a warm welcome. This is the Boom Bar. It is the bar where we give you everything sports, entertainment, music, politics, and everything else in between. And what we mean by everything else in between is wherever the gist carries us. We just, we go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this 57 minutes of gist with us. And today we're going to be talking about a few things. Of course, it is Friday, so it is New Music Friday, and there's a whole lot of music. Oh God, it's a lot of music, if I can dare say so myself. It's a lot of music we're going to be talking about. There are quite a number of sports stories as well to touch. Then, of course, we know that there are things happening around Nigeria. In fact, interestingly, today, there are probably a lot more stories that have to do with business than maybe even politics or anything. There are a few clarifications that have to be made. So that and a few other things are what we're going to be talking about today at the bar. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy as we get right into it. If you're listening to us, welcome. In case you are watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, also welcome.
Yeah, I'm talking about YouTube. Remember to like, comment, and share. YouTube is one of the platforms that we have to interact with you guys. So do not hesitate to leave a comment. Even if you don't like what we're saying or doing, leave a comment. You better like it though.
Any which way,
I'm just playing. Just be you, man. Do you.
So let's just get right into today's show. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a few things. But before we even get to it, it's usual now. It's Friday. So let's get right into music for today. So I think I would pass that to you, and let's start from music today.
New Music Friday, exciting day. A whole lot of stuff came out during the course of not a lot during the course of the week, but in the last 48 to 24 hours, Nigerian artists and some African artists have been dropping banger after banger after banger. I'm going to start from Africa, start from Sarkodie. Sarkodie has this beautiful single, Otan. I don't know what the pronunciation is. O-T-A-N. As a Yoruba man, I would say Otan.
Otan.
It's
probably Otan.
You get so, but I'm trying to think like a Ghanaian and say Otan or Otan. But it's a beautiful rap song. Sarkodie is singing and rapping and doing these things, and he has a very powerful message. At some point, talked about depression and suicide or whatever. Look, listen to this song. It's a beautiful song, yeah. And there's also a song by Afro B featuring Mobad. Drop the video, drop the song. I-L-O-V-E-8. Like, I like it a lot. There's another song by Boy Spice. Boy Spice is from the Maven crew.
Is he not Nigerian?
Yes, he is. I've left the Ghanaian song. I'm back in Nigeria already. I said I was going to start from
What
Ghana.
happened to Nasty C?
Yeah, I was going to come to that. I was going to talk about it at the end because it's not to be broadcast. There's no amount of cleaning that will make you play that song on radio. So since you brought it up, let's talk about Nasty C featuring Odumodu Black now. Odumodu has about 2 songs featuring Nasty C, and there's a Nasty C song that just dropped featuring Odumodu. So they're both featuring each other. These are amazing artists in their own element, anytime, any day. But the song something.
It's not. It's a
Even
lot.
the title now. At times the title is deceptive.
Yeah, even the
But-
title. There's no point.
So
Don't even bother.
So we try.
Nah, there's no point.
You know, but if you like rap,
Yeah, it's a beautiful rap song.
Go and
It is
listen.
a beautiful rap song.
you won't hear it on Boom Radio, sadly. But go listen on the streaming platforms. Go, encourage us. They're amazing. And Nasty C is who he says he is.
It's a
Arguably
fantastic rapper.
is the
Right now,
best rapper out of
it's-
Africa
yeah,
at the moment.
I agree.
Forget the gist. Forget any Nigeria sentiment or anything. Nigeria has amazing rappers. But I think
But at this
Nasty
point,
is up here.
he's been very, very consistent
Yeah.
in the past couple of years. I
Yeah,
agree.
so back to Nigeria, I was talking about Boy Spice and Pepper. Nice.
Oh
song.
yeah, nice
I
song.
really,
That was a really nice song.
really,
Now that I remember,
really liked the song.
yes, I think I actually did like that song. Yes.
Then I'm
It's
gonna
very-
move away from Boy Spice and talk. Guys, I'm not. See, everything is here. I'm not using my screens. I'm not using anything. So if I hesitate, forgive me. Then I'm gonna move away from Boy Spice, like I said, and talk about some other songs that dropped. Kiddo Cruz has a new song. Go check it out. It's not bad. Trust me, it's not bad.
Yeah,
That's a
then
new song.
yeah, Cook Bits and Ruga.
Yeah,
I actually listened
that's
to that
another.
one. That's a very,
that's
very
another
nice
nice
song.
one.
Very nice song. Fireboy.
Now, Fireboy has 2 singles, which means we expect an EP or an album
Very
anytime
soon. Yeah.
And one of the songs is Outside by Fireboy and
Black Bones.
And honestly, you want to go outside. for
Yes.
this one.
Yeah, I think it was really nice.
The other one is Oba Sima or something. If it's Oba, I'll say, but there's a double A there, so Oba Sima, I drag the R. So. But man, Fireboy is an amazing artist. Keeps getting better, keeps getting hotter. By the minute, his music, his fashion, his everything. And Black Bones came through.
Yeah, beautiful
through
song.
on that
Very,
song.
very, very nice collaboration.
Yeah.
That I will not even. What's it called?
Another massive song is Saz. Saz
Yeah, with Ashake and Ghana.
and Ghana.
Very nice song actually.
And
Yes, nice song.
we've not heard any new Ashake in recent times.
So
Ashake is that guy that you hear a new song from every time. But we've not heard anything. So this one, we hold it and cherish it and love it. So
funny enough, I'm going to talk about 2 songs that I'm not huge fans of. I thought I was expecting a lot, but I'm not huge fans of it. King Promise with his feature of Sean Paul and Tiwa Savage.
Terminator, the remix.
Yeah, Terminator the remix.
The video is out. Lovely song.
Truthfully, I won't say that it's not a good song. I just prefer the original. For me, it sounded okay. I'm sorry, yeah, it might come out wrongly. I felt that Sean Paul did a lot more for that song than Tiwa Savage did. If Tiwa Savage
it's
was
not a
not
competition.
on that, I'm not saying it's a I'm just saying that if Tiwa Savage was not on that song, it would have still been okay. I don't know, but the King Promise and Tiwa Savage, that it just didn't blend for me. My own opinion, I do not think that it was a needed remix. Truthfully, is that we've seen over time, could it blow? Oh yes, you have Tiwa Savage and Sean Paul. The way it is, it probably might even be bigger than the original, but I would so pick the original over this remix. I do not think it was a remix that was needed.
All right, Dolupo, not Dokubo. Dolupo's opinion, very valid because we all have different ears when we listen to music. And of course, I totally disagree with of course, Sean Paul was amazing. But Tiwa brought a different kind of flow to it. And I like that song and I think it's going to do very well. So we're not going to dwell on that. But she has another song she wants to react to.
Yeah, Thames, Not an Angel. I think Thames' sound is getting very boring. Personally, it's the same thing we seem to be hearing over and over and over again. Personally, I think it is getting boring. A part of me feels that she needs to do a little bit more, especially with way music is going these days. It is okay. I'm not trying to compare, but you see, an Ira Star at the moment.
They are not trying to compare, then they end up comparing.
No, wait, hold on.
That's how
hold on.
people are.
Hold on. I'm not using it as a yardstick. I'm just saying, like, at the moment, we see the kind of, even Tiwa Savage, yeah? We've seen her evolve so much. Like, 1 minute, you're hearing Kele Kele Love. Then the next minute, there is 49.99. Another minute, it is, what's it called? Somebody's Son. Do you understand? I just feel that, does her vibe, does it work? Yes, it does. But I think that it is actually getting a little bit boring.
All right, that's Dolupo's opinion. I am a massive Thames fan and not an angel. Again, I'm wondering, like, Thames, why did you write this song? Are they trying to box into a corner, trying to make you feel like you are an angel when you're not? Okay, we get it. You can't even be an angel with that. Let me not say what I wanted to say. I love Not an Angel. I love that song. So, you know, and this is the beauty of the bar. We speak our minds, you know, and there's nothing wrong with what she said. As a critic, you take what you like, and you also give the truth. And she's spoken her truth, and her truth is very valid.
And anyway,
but me, I love Not an Angel.
And before we move off music,
okay, there's still plenty.
There are a lot of EPs and albums that dropped. Shay Vibes is not slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, Shay Vibes has a show coming up this month at the Echo Hotel and Suites, the Expo Center, I presume. And yes, you know, when we used to talk about Ashake, maybe he's owing Olamide and he keeps dropping. Shay Vibes falls into
I think he has also
he's
caught the vibe. The truth is that that's whether we like it or not, is working right now. And where I see it coming from is the angle of drop a lot of songs. The truth is that, okay, maybe except you are Shakesha, that, and maybe you are Kiss Daniel. Most of the time, not all your songs all like become really huge. Mm-hmm. Yeah? But the more songs you bring out, it's like increasing your probability of, at least if you drop an album, it cannot be so bad that at least you won't have a few songs that are always up there at every point in time.
Okay, so another angle to that is that artists have found out. You see, a few years ago, before COVID, a lot of artists were lazy. And they were just dropping singles because they were looking for streaming numbers. They were looking for selling their songs, you know, on those platforms and everything. But they found out that they could make more money from shows.
Yeah.
So they started working hard.
Because you can't have 4 songs now and
you sing only 1 or 2 or 3 songs. What else are you going to do for the next 2 hours of that show, or 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours of the show, depending on how long you plan the show to be? So they started working hard and started dropping stuff. So people like Olamide, who had already been doing
they started it easy.
And he also makes sure that all his proteges, everybody that ever worked with him, knows that they need to drop like this expansive
lot and quality music.
So that when they go out, trust me, if Fireboy does a 2-hour concert now, he will sing for 2 hours his own original songs.
Yeah,
and he'll be fine. And that's what a lot of people are doing. So big shout out to Shay Vibes. The EP is massive.
It's
there
are
5 songs on it. There's an Akpala. The one I'm worried about is the Akpala interlude. There's heavy sampling from Musilu, Aruna and Sola. I hope that there's clearance on that one, but it's a beautiful song still. Then the other songs, different. There's something about a different style or different vibe or something. I think that's the number 1 track. It's beautiful. Shay Vibes has evolved. Shay Vibes has, let me use the word matured. Like, there's a different kind of confidence that comes through the microphone
music,
to your ears now that you say, oh, Shay Vibe is on point.
Okay.
Now, moving away from that quickly, because I know we're pressed for time, but we're also trying to keep you guys informed and entertained. Nice has an album.
Yeah, I think I've listened to about 3 or 4 of the
Lord
songs.
of Ajasa. I've listened to 9 of the songs, you know, Gaty Law and the rest of them. And I already have a favorite. It's Enyofa or something. I don't even know what language it is. It can't be Yoruba.
It is Yoruba. We all know that Dice sings in Yoruba.
Well, it must
but
be some
you are
kind
not
of deep Yoruba. I'm not on that level.
It's not deep. It speaks Yoruba. You are the one that does not understand.
Anyhow, before we go into my super knowledge of Yoruba.
Oh, yeah.
It, of course, features the album title person. There's Lord of Ajasa on that song. I played that song like 4 times already today. It's a nice. That's my song of the week already. You know, any of our something. You know, so it features Lord of Ajasa. Nice's album is a very. There's Ere, there's Getty Law, there's Bajumo. Nice has a good album. Now, my fear, I always say it here, is that people might not even play it because they are looking for God knows what. I don't know, but the people who like good music,
it's
encourage
it's
this
not,
artist. It takes a lot to put out an album or even a single. It takes a lot, you know. So once you're streaming, please go check them out. Download their songs, stream, share, leave comments on their platforms. Help them grow too, because it's an entire industry and it's probably just going to cost you your time and your data, but you'll probably be blessing someone forever, like for life. So a big shout out to Nice. I like this Lord of Ajasa album.
Anyway, moving on from that, Godzilla, who I think is under Jones in World, also released an EP. So there are going to be a lot of things that they really like a lot of songs.
I have not listened.
Rick Asani,
he dropped a single last week. But I have not listened.
Rick Asani also dropped an album.
Yes, he has. I've not listened to Asani's album too. Probably do that later in the day.
Yeah, so there are a lot of songs, But before we leave, my song of the week, I think is Voice by Pepe.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's a beautiful song.
It's my number two. But my number one, trust me, that's a beautiful song, is Nice's and Neofa.
Yeah, so there are a lot of songs, there are a lot of EPs. Psycho YP has Osakwa London Deluxe. Libianca has Walk Away. She has an EP as well. So there are really a lot of songs to actually go with this weekend. I really hope that you enjoy all the songs. Of course, you're going to catch most of them. I won't tell you all of them. I cannot promise you all of them. But
because not all of them will make it to
but
New
you
Music
will catch most of them on boomradiong.com.ng. Yeah, Techno has a way. Oh yes, I remember. Yes, he actually does. I think now I remember. Now let's move on from that quickly.
Moving away from new music,
and then let's move to a little bit of sports. Now, first things that I'm going to be talking about is the CAF Awards. So with the CAF Awards, there have been
the final
shortlist of 3 people, and I think that let's start from the women. There's Oshoala, there's Katlana, and there is Banda. Now I'm trying to look for. I'm not very very conversant with a lot of the women. What's it called? A lot of the women players that are not Nigerians, they are not Super Falcons. But Katlana is from South Africa, Thembi Katlana. Okay, now that I'm looking at her picture, she actually does look very familiar. And Babar Banda is from Zambia. And Asat Oshoala is also from Nigeria. We know that Asat Oshoala has won the award 5 times. And she's looking like...
Make it 6 now.
Looking like it's most likely going to be a 6th award. I'm not saying it is, but
well, let's see who they're going to give it to.
Anyways, Katlana plays for American Club Racing Louisville Football Club, and she won the award in 2018. Super Falcons goalkeeper, also Chiamaka Nadozie, also made the final shortlist for the women's goalkeeper of the year. Another Super Falcons player. See, when was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I was talking about Super Falcons.
Yeah, when they qualified.
I told you that these people, they are the ones that are the original players. Anyway, Deborah Abiodun she's also been shortlisted for the Young Women Player of the Year. I think that this year is most likely going to be a Super Falcons year, as also the Super Falcons have been shortlisted for the national team of the year.
All right, so that's what it is. There's no need to belabor that. If we go by achievements, look at what Assisa did with FC Barcelona and what they did with the Falcons.
Yeah, and what they've done with the Falcons. I think that
although South Africa might be ahead of Nigeria on the team level, but when you look at it collectively, I think and I believe that Assisa Oshoala deserves this award. Our goalkeeper, Chemaka
Nadozie.
Nadozie, deserves, and then the young player too, because she's now a super falcon. They brought her into the team.
I think it's fantastic, really.
But for the men, really and truly,
I think it's going to be a tight race. Why? And it is because there's Ashraf Hakimi, Mohamed Salah, and Victor Osimhen. The truth of the matter is that club-wise, at the moment, nobody is better than Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
None.
Club-wise, laurel-wise, this is
laurel-wise, yeah.
This is why there's no contest. This is why there's no contest. This Ashraf Hakimi and Mo Salah and Osimhen thing. If Africa is going to give the best of the three, it has to be Victor Osimhen. Why? Ballon d'Or. That's it. Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Man was in the top 10 players.
He was
in the
top
world.
10. He was the only African.
Number 7 also.
Number 8.
Do you understand? So there was no Mo Salah. There was no Hakimi. So how do you now bring them ahead of him? Then in Italy, he is the best player.
Yeah.
He's the highest goal scorer.
At least in the what's it called? In the league that he's playing in
the league that Hakimi is playing in, and the league that Mo Salah,
are they the best?
Are they the best? Are they the highest goal scorers? Nah. So if you're just gonna go by facts and stats,
yes, I think so.
It's Osimhen's year.
So if Osimhen wins this, he's going to be the first Nigerian since 1999 when Nwako Kanu won it. And
Space 1999.
And I think really and truly Osimhen and Asad Shuala, they're not. I don't think there should be any controversy around them.
Oh yeah,
winning this,
but you know how it's been funny. There were years when we felt JJ Okocha was going to win. He won the BBC Player of the Year. He won a couple. Then he came to CAF. They gave it to someone else.
Anyway, the interesting part is that Mohamed Salah has won this. He won it twice. He won it in 2017 and 2018. Ashraf Hakimi also, on the other hand, has never won it too. But if he wins it, he will be the first Moroccan to win the award since Mustafa Hadji in 1998.
All right, you're still listening and watching Boom Radio, NJ's Boombar. Shola Rogers and Ola Dolupo Balogun in the building. And we're asking you to please like, comment, and share. We are live now on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook, Boom Bedu. Go check us out on Facebook, on Boom Bedu's page. And we're streaming on those platforms. Leave us a comment there. Let us know what's going on. And let us know what you think. Who should win
because
the CAF
at the moment, the awards are going to be announced on Monday.
Yeah.
They're going to be announced on Monday. I'm actually looking forward to it. Really and truly. I am actually looking forward to it.
It has to be a Nigerian double.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Really, really, really amazing. Now, before we leave, the issue of sports, Italian anti-doping prosecutors are looking at a maximum of 4 years for paulpogba for his positive doping test.
It's a sad one for a player who has so much potential and so much talent. And I don't know what went wrong with Paul Pogba. If he gets a 4-year ban, that'll probably be it for him.
Oh, yeah. How old is he now?
He's not that old, but he's
not... like 30 now? He's about 28, 29.
So
but by the time you add 4 years to that, what's left?
We're saying the same thing. There's no player that takes a 4-year break from
even
active
if you're
sports.
21.
No player takes a 4-year break from active sports and comes back and, you go hard now. Because in between that time and in between time, you will find all the Mbappes and the Haalands of the world just, taking all the laurels and, So, this is a sad one. I don't know if he's going to get 4 years or not, but Pogba getting mixed up. And again, the players always have a story.
Yeah.
So, at times, it's not enough to condemn them because there might be a story. Like he's already tried to explain why this has happened.
And I even think that it is a very, very regimented lifestyle, They take one bottle of a drink or something and then, the whole thing goes bust.
I know a Nigerian athlete, that was... Oh, man. Took a bottle of Zobo. We call that local drink Zobo.
Yeah, the hibiscus tea.
And which is very healthy. And he got in trouble for it. So again, I just hope Pogba survives this one though. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if he's guilty, Then he has to pay.
Then he has to pay. Now let's move on quickly from that. But just wishing him all the best from here, really and truly. Just wishing him all the best. Now let's go and let's break down a few business stories. Now we're going to be talking, as I said, we're going to be talking about a few business stories more than basically anything else today. So first things first. After so much anticipation, remember that before President Buhari left, former President Buhari, before he left in May 29, he had commissioned
The
Dangote refinery. And you thought that it was working, only for them to announce that it wasn't going to start working until I think August.
Then October.
Then August came, September came. What's happening here? Then November. Now it is official that the Dangote refinery has now gotten its first supply of crude. And for that to happen, it means that crude oil is coming, or petrol and PMS, there's AGO, there's, all sorts of things that is coming. And I think it's actually very good news, even though it was not till schedule, but we all know that the minute it starts, whenever it starts, it definitely is going to do a lot.
It is actually. This is history being made here. Not like we don't have refineries or didn't have refineries in the past, but let's even take it from the angle of a world record. This is the largest single train refinery in the world. Let's just say this is the largest refinery in the world. Yeah, you can say that. Now, Nigerians have been grappling with the new price of PMS at the pump. Somewhere between 595 naira to as high as 650, 670, depending on where you're buying from. But in Lagos, it hovers around 590
to about
620,
615.
615. But in other parts of Nigeria, because of deregulation and all of that. Now, a note of warning. Dangote is not going to crash their prices to the old 190, 120,
No.
140. But it will be enough supply for Nigeria, which means that even if the pump price doesn't come down, what happens is the demand by suppliers of PMS and AGO and DPK for dollars will reduce.
Yes, number
It will
one, they will
reduce.
not be needing to use dollar to buy it.
If it's
Two,
consistent,
Yes,
that will
if
be
it's
large, large pressure off
the dollar, yeah, that's
and
number
which
one.
could help,
But
could help the naira appreciate,
get better and stabilize better.
Could
There's also the fact that as much as yes, the price might not reduce as much, but I think it should reduce a little bit. Because now it's like when you're importing something and
at
when
least the
you
cost
are-
of transportation
the cost
has
of
reduced.
transport definitely has reduced. Now, this brings me to my point where it is a conversation of why, and I understand why you're saying code, because
This is Nigeria.
the former Emir of Kano and the former CBN governor had come up with a conversation a few days ago, and it's become a talking point around people now, and saying that in the past couple of months, we've not been paying subsidy, which was one of the major things that dollar was being used for by the NNPC. We're not paying subsidy anymore. Where is the dollar?
Yeah, good question.
Good question. But I was also going to say that Nigeria Kuku didn't have money anyway to pay for any more subsidies.
That's
so,
the part that people are not
so
paying attention to.
Exactly. So my issue is, okay, you asked me to, I've been borrowing money to pay for, let's say, this computer. I don't have money to pay for it anymore. And I say, I don't want anymore. Abi?
Yeah.
That doesn't still change the fact that I never still had the money. Do you get? I know that he's an economist, is this, is that. But I'm just saying that I thought NNPC still never had the money. So what where is the money where is the dollar they're going to give out if they didn't have it?
That's the truth. Because again, let's just reiterate it. The old subsidy thing was being sponsored by NNPC, which means that NNPC could not remit money back to the Nigerian government or the coffers of the Nigerian government. So more or less, Nigeria got creative and said, just make sure that there's petrol. And that is the problem. So a lot of people are like, when they say they have saved money, you want to see some cash stacked up somewhere. No, the first part is that now the NNPC,
they don't have the what's it called? The strain of looking for money.
Yeah. So now the NNPC will eventually now declare profit. That's what it means. What it means now is that their sales will be based on market forces. It will be based on what we sold and what we got in return. As at before, everything that came in was being pumped into fuel subsidy because the Nigerian government was broke. A lot of people don't like this fact. But the Nigerian government did not have the money to sustain the subsidy. We don't like it. We're all suffering from it. We're all paying. We all lost. Let's not go into that. But this is a momentous period. This is history being made, because in a few days we also want to hear that whatever percentage of production has started at the Port Harcourt refinery.
Yeah. Because we're already in December. Everybody likes to put
this is the December
time into it. Yeah.
This is the December that they said, those people that borrow money and say, I'll pay you on this day. That day is now.
It's now.
Because the federal government told organized labor, that the Port Harcourt refinery will be on stream by December. No excuses. Let Nigerians have what they deserve. This is our commonwealth. We're not saying you should splurge on us, but if we can crash or bring down the pump price of PMS, the quality of life will improve. That is a given. So, fellow Nigerians and people of the world, Nigeria is open for business.
Nigeria is open for business, Abby. Now, still talking about business, kind of woven two things into the same thing. Now, still talking about one of the things that the former CBN governor talked about, and we're still on petroleum matter, and he's saying that why he doesn't understand the reason why Nigerian president has to be a petroleum minister. And the truth is that I saw a few people talk about it, and maybe there was an attack on the president. And I don't think it is, because it seems to now become a norm. Like, it's not a Tinubu thing. It was a Buhari thing. It was okay, I think it was a Yaradua thing. It was an Obasanjo thing. Do you understand? Like, it's almost like we have become we have put an unwritten law that the petroleum president has to be, the petroleum minister has to be the president. And I don't understand why, though. So there was also an interview with Olu Falae, where he was talking about how there's also the angle where a few people might also have issues with criticizing the Minister of Petroleum because it is the president. But if we have somebody and the truth is that the president has a whole lot of things on his plate. So, yes, you have to have somebody that you can completely trust. As we had seen, the last petroleum minister in this country, that she decided to, do us dirty.
The last one, that was under GEJ.
Yeah, the last petroleum minister. All we've had after that was Minister of State.
Not the last. Carry on. Because all these presidents are ministers.
Okay, sure.
So carry on.
Anyway, so we saw how... So I get it that is a very, very serious and a very... What's the word? What word would I use? Is a very... I'm trying to look for the word sensitive. Yes, sensitive is the word. Sensitive position. But are we saying that they're not people that can actually execute these things really well? So I think that I get with the angle where maybe we really should have a dedicated petroleum minister and not the seat fall on the table of the president again.
It is one word that you used. I believe that's the problem. She used the word trust. Trust is the issue. A lot of the presidents that Nigeria has had since 1999 have not trusted their ministers of petrol or petroleum. You know, I remember when we were growing up, there was Tam David West, and there was Jubril, Professor Jubril. What am I doing with his surname now? I can even see his image. Anyhow, let's not go into ancient history. That we had those enigmatic, charismatic ministers.
Ancient history.
Yeah, and
Ancient.
no president
Ancient.
or military ruler made themselves minister of petrol. As these guys were allowed to work. I remember Tam David West very, very well. Now let's get to the Obasanjos and the Yahaduas and the let's skip Goodluck Jonathan and go to the Buharis.
No, we know how that ended.
And you know, so trust issues. But Dolupo also said something that's very strong. Are we saying that of 200 million Nigerians, there's
so
not
bad.
one person?
One person.
Again, I think the Minister of Petroleum will suffer when he has a president as Minister of Petroleum. If you come, Minister of State comes and says, "Oh, Mr. President, there's this urgent matter," and it gets to Aso Rock, and Mr. President has other urgent matters, what will he do? What will he do? He has to wait. Does that not affect the ministry? As against when, look at Olubumi Ojo. Did I miss out one of his compound name?
Tunji Olubumi. No, Olubumi Tunji Ojo.
Yeah, you know, look at Bosun. Look at Umahi, former Governor Umahi. Look at these ministers. Yenson Wike. You know. Look at these ministers. They are there. Better Edu. Imagine if the ministry she supervises is the president as she's Minister of State. She has to come to him for a lot of approvals and stuff. It shouldn't be like that. So even if it's on paper or not, please let us stop this thing of ministers, of presidents being ministers of petroleum. I don't like it. And I totally agree with the former CBN governor, and the former presidential candidate of I think it was the AD also, Chief Olu Falae.
Yes.
So this is something that we need to move away from. We need to have competent people running every arm of government, every aspect of governance, so that Nigerians can really feel the impact. Nigerians have suffered for too long, and so long is too long. We need to. That's from Majek Fashek. So we need to really get to a place where Nigerians can get this succor that they deserve.
Any which way, moving on from that, and we're still talking petroleum, yeah? There seems to be a lot of petroleum stories, as the Navy has now announced that they've arrested 17 suspects and intercepted a vessel with stolen crude in Ondo State. They were talking through the spokesperson that the suspects were nabbed at the forward operating base Igbo Koda in the early hours.
Igbo Koda?
And they also intercepted a 77-meter long motor tanker in Lagos State.
Kudos to the police, kudos to the contractors. Tatiana, or what's their name again?
Now there's a problem.
I'm saying kudos, and you're already bringing problem.
No, there's no
Why
kudos.
do you like problem?
There is no kudos.
Why do you like problem? Why so much problem?
Okay. Can I finish speaking?
Carry your problem and bring it to the table.
Can I finish?
Bring your problem.
Now, the Navy, I said the Navy.
Nigerian Navy.
I didn't say Tatiana or Tantita. They're two different things.
I said Tantita now. You're the one that said Tatiana. Either way, it's something.
And you are still lying.
It's not lying. Don't worry. You cannot rewind live. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, this matter, I'm very afraid.
I learned from
anyway,
the best.
the Nigerian Navy has accused. No, excuse you.
Carry on, please. We don't have time.
I will let that slide. The Nigerian Navy has accused Tantita Security for being involved in illegalities. Now, but the security company is accusing the Navy of preventing its operatives and other security agents from boarding the seized vehicle for further investigation. Now, number one, everybody might be noticing, what's Tantita? Okay, not Tatiana. Tantita.
Exactly, Tantita.
Is
it's a contractor.
The contractor by
a security contractor.
That was awarded a contract by the NNPC to
monitor the pipelines
and all that. So now, apparently this vessel that was confiscated in Ondo State, the Navy did not allow anybody else to go on it. And now, according to the Navy, it said that there's some irregularities that happens with, and illegalities that happens with this security agency. Oh no, not an agency, this security company. But they are accusing the Navy of preventing them from getting on the vessel. I think, the little I know, I think that the Navy should supersede everybody else. When the Navy tells you, don't get on something, you will go and report to the person that informed you. Go back to the NNPC chairman and let the NNPC chairman go and meet the Air Vice Marshal. Abi? Yeah. Chief of Air Staff. No, there's nothing like Chief of Air Staff.
Air Vice Marshal in Navy now?
No, sorry.
Navy.
What are they called?
Naval Staff.
Chief of Naval Staff. You go and explain yourself to them. Because I don't understand why Navy said you are not getting on the thing. Sure. How is it bothering you so much if there's nothing else?
All right. So this is my take, and I respect the Nigerian military a lot, but we also know that there are bad eggs in the military. And Tantita is owned majorly by Tompolo, who used to be a militant. And there's a Yoruba saying, "Omo ino laman rosin no," meaning that it is the child of fire that you send to fire. That's a direct translation, but maybe you get the meaning when I'm done here. They had alleged at some point that the Nigerian Navy was culpable in the theft of crude, and the Navy denied it. But after that, the Navy also, looked into that matter and did some readjustments and stuff. The Nigerian Navy is very professional, one of the best, I think they're number 2 or number 3 in Africa. And the Nigerian Air Force, Army, and they're also doing well. But there's no smoke without fire. They are and might be some, allegedly, members of the military who are culpable in the theft of crude oil. So this private security company does not trust the military at all. And they got this job for a reason. And since they got the job, they have been delivering. They have been uncovering all sorts of illegal taps and tap-ins and stealing of crude. What they need to do, you see, the military needs to realize, that they need a creative approach to this. The Nigerian Navy needs to work with them, not work at cross purposes, and realize that every allegation must be investigated. So, if the Navy says something, it should be final. But we know that oil theft goes beyond that. Wasn't it the same Navy, under the same Navy, that vessels that were arrested for stealing crude got away, disappeared, and came back in a different guise? So let's not, write off what the private security company is saying. Let us look for a synergy. Let us look for a way that they can both work together. That's my take. Because Nigeria will win that way.
Yeah, we will. I hope we all find a middle ground. Also, I also feel that at times some of these things do not have to be brought out in public. I feel
Let it be brought out in public. I disagree with you.
No, I feel that some of these conversations can be had within themselves.
Let Nigerians know what's happening, because before you know it, when it gets leaked out one way or the other, you start explaining and you start to look guilty already just from trying to do catch up. So at times, man, let it out. So again, let me do a reminder. You're listening and watching the Boombar on Boom Radio NG. We are 24 hours round the clock playing you good music and bringing you fantastic conversation, on your phones, your laptops, your TVs, everywhere you're listening to us. Mm-hmm. Please remember that we are on YouTube also. Kindly indulge us by encouraging us and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. It's important.
We need to move on quickly, very fast now at the moment. Now, before we move on to other serious matters, I want to bring up two stories. And remember, there was one time that we had the list of unfortunate people. This today is another day that I bring to you another list of unfortunate Nigerians. My list of unfortunates starts with someone that decided to drive through and bring down a whole pedestrian bridge. See, when they say only in Lagos. Remember there was one time I said that maybe I should actually sit down and really think about that show. This is Lagos. It can only happen in Lagos. How do we wake up in the morning and then you just hear that a truck, the ones that we heard, even though they are all unfortunate here, is when they put a barrier and then a truck drives through the barrier. I would like to know the height and what this truck was carrying, that it was tall enough to bring down a functional pedestrian bridge. Thankfully, nobody died. 2 people got injured, though. But a pedestrian bridge was brought down around Alakpere area of Lagos State in the late hours of yesterday into the wee hours of this morning. Thankfully, the place has been cleared. But it's just ridiculous. There's just some things you just think how do you do those kind of things?
So there's a whole lot more stories for us to go through, so we're not going to dwell too much on this. I'm just going to weigh in and say that first things first, I hope the owners of this truck will be made to pay for the reconstruction of the bridge. Why? That particular pedestrian bridge is one of the busiest I have seen.
Because there's actually, now I'm thinking about it, there's no way to cross.
There's major compliance by people because there's a ditch.
There's a ditch in the median. So there's nowhere else.
Right now, as we speak, the members of staff of the traffic management agency in Lagos, LASMA, are actually busy helping people cross the freeway.
Can you imagine?
Because one...
Madness. Because somebody decided to be mad.
I almost said idiot, but they said we shouldn't use those words. So
we shouldn't.
They said we can't say idiot, so I'm not saying it.
We shouldn't.
I'm not saying it.
But you said it twice, sir.
I didn't say idiot. I said I wanted to say
three times.
One idiot.
You're 4 times.
I wanted to say that.
You just said it 4
times. Okay, let's move on. So bottom line is that I hope this person pays for the reconstruction of the bridge and the treatment of the people who got injured. Also, now moving on from that, and let's go on to something that I'm personally happy about. And why am I happy about it is that if this goes on, I think that it will put a lot of sanity into the police and security agents the truth is that when this video came out, what are you doing? I was trying to do incidental,
No, don't.
Sorry.
Thank you. So when this video came out,
I apologize
on a few days ago on social media,
yeah,
it kind of seemed funny. Yeah, I saw a lot of people commenting, and it was a joke.
Disgraceful.
Apparently, some people are going to lose their jobs for it. I'm not sure they thought that it was going to be a serious thing, or maybe the person was going to post it, or maybe the person was making a video. Anyway, special constabularies were caught in a viral video demanding money from a Dutch rider along the Iseyin Ogbomoso Road in Oyo State. Now, According to the force public relations officer, Muyiwa Jobi has revealed that they have been arrested for their unprofessional, unacceptable, and punishable acts. And they have been arrested by the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State have actually said that their acts are unpolice-like and will never be tolerated.
It's so disgraceful, you know. Now, we as Nigerians experience this all the time. Now, I must say kudos to the Nigerian police force men and women who actually are doing their job professionally. Kudos to you. But you see, the ones that are disgracing you and us, man, they should be kicked out because this cannot continue. So a lady been through several countries, going to Abuja, you know, she's driving a bike all the way from Europe. And she's a few hours to Abuja. She encounters one of the... She didn't encounter it in any other country. Only in Nigeria did. They start asking, so what did you bring for us? I saw that video and it was cringe-worthy. Like, I was cringing. I'm like, shame they catch me. My eyes was pushing me. You know, the direct translation, Ojunti me. You know, in Yoruba we say, Ojunti me. My eyes were pushing me. Please, Mr.
Let's stop this unfortunately.
IG. Thank you that you are doing punitive measures, though. But is it time to look at the training that they get in police college?
In the first place.
It shouldn't happen, no. Moving on.
Moving on from that, let's go quickly to Kaduna State where there was a mistaken bombing.
We talked about it today.
Yeah, we had talked about it. It's still going on now. The federal government has asked NEMA to distribute relief materials. Also, the governor of the state has said that rebuilding of the village is going to begin in 3 weeks.
I want to bet with you. How long will it take for Better Edu to get there? Humanitarian.
I don't know. They don't have a choice.
You're not betting?
No, why? Why are we betting?
2 days, 4 days, 1 day?
I don't know.
Go away, Joe. You're not fun. Go away.
Okay, why is there a betting conversation around it?
Go, Joe. You know the sad thing about all of this is that the death toll has increased.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a mass burial like we predicted there would be. Now there's going to be reconstruction, and the federal government is also going to help develop this village, this community. And I said to myself, a year from now, if the state and federal government keep to their promise, these people will have had the quality of their lives improve, all from something that was extremely avoidable. And I hope that the government, Mr. President, and his ministers...
This doesn't happen anymore.
Not only that, there really must be punishment. You can't kill one person and think you're going to walk away. Now that it's established that it's a mistake. Abba.
Who are the people?
Abba. The other day,
but
remember...
even if their punishments, do the army ever release those...
They're court martials now.
Yeah, but they never make it public.
Rules, but they have rules.
I get it, but do they ever make it public?
Let them make it in public and unpublicable. Bottom line is there must be punishment for this kind of things. You must really stop them from doing this. And the only way you can do it is to punish the people who've made this so-called mistake.
Yeah, it makes sense, actually.
It's unfair.
It makes sense. Now, let's come back to Lagos State quickly also, as Lagos has revealed that they've sealed 19 event centers over safety issues, and they've also resealed 8 buildings in the Etiosa environment. Now, let's pick it one by one.
One by one.
So, the 8 buildings that they have resealed are buildings that have not been finished, but they had been sealed because of some defects or some issues, or maybe they have not completed their building licenses and all that. Mm-hmm. And these people actually went ahead to start
continue their construction.
It's madness. It's madness.
Forget this, your madness gist. It's standard practice in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria that even when your building gets sealed, you continue. They tell you that don't worry now, we'll look for a way, we'll settle the matter. Do you understand? There's a new sheriff.
This is what happens a lot.
There's a
and
new
then you
sheriff
now
in
hear
town.
that a building collapsed. This is what happens a lot. Now, going to the 19 event centers that were shut down. So apparently there is a law. Like you said, there's a new sheriff in town. Because there's an existing law in Lagos State that it makes sure that says that if you have an event center that has a capacity of more than 250 people, there is a safety license that you are supposed to obtain
And renew as
at when due. Apparently, it's not something that we do a lot. Lot of
because
people,
the government on their own part too have failed to enforce that law. Do you understand?
So now there seems to be some enforcement around it. There are a couple of very popular places. Whitestone Event Center, the Lekki Coliseum has also been closed. Leisure Park, La Madison is also Hadassah. The Summit, Villa Park, the Dove, Majesty, the Podium, Celebrations Gardens, Tasty Event Centers, amongst others. They're really, really popular. There's actually a lot of popular names right here, but
so this is not an event center, but Lagos State has a park in Alausa, about 2 parks that they have. Are they also up to scratch? I'm just asking.
if Lagos State, they don't have,
Do you really want to vouch?
true, sha.
So again, what we're saying is that I brought that up because we should have the same energy and make sure that we really become a country of laws.
And
we keep
law-abiding people. And quickly before we go, there's this conversation that has been going on now as Canada from January 1, 2024 have said that they're raising proof of funds requirement for international students from $10,000 to $20,635. So in Nigerian currency right now, talking about maybe in Canadian dollars is about 8 million before. Now they need as about 16 million naira. That is if you use no, not even Canadian dollars, the regular dollars with if we use the official rate, going by the official rate, and that is still minus your visa fees, your school fees, and other things.
Well, people who want to go abroad will find a way. People who want to send their children abroad.
It just looks like it's becoming like more difficult. A few days ago, we talked about the UK and its restrictions, and I'm sure that a lot of people probably felt that, you know what?
But Canada is different.
Canada is an easier option than the UK.
Canada
now
is different.
They are coming up with this again.
Canada is different. Canada is one of the few countries that offers you a path to citizenship that the UK and co don't offer. You get even if they do, is more steep, is harder. So yeah, proof of funds would not stop Nigerians from going to where they want to go. They already have a system that works for them. Look, I keep saying it. Immigration, migration, and people going abroad for this and that has been from the beginning of time. You know, so it's just them saying, you know, this is where they are bringing, maybe based on the value of the naira or dollar or whatever. But it won't stop Nigerians. It's not going to be a problem.
It will not. Now, I wanted to show something on. Somebody sent me something, and looks like some fight is going to be brewing very, very quickly. I don't know if it is trending on Twitter right now. Before we go, I think we have like a minute or two. As a particular tweet, as they call it, had posted and said, the people in power are not stealing from you. At least white people will steal and build something in return. Our own people will steal, carry Tokemakiwa to Dubai and build nothing.
All right. Shout out to that person.
Tokemakiwa replies and says, very wild. I hope you have enough proof to defend this tweet of yours, because it will be a very interesting 2024. We all know that she posted that she went to COP28, yeah? I'll sneeze, y'all catch a cold. Save up because you'll need it. Then he goes to reply, proof of what? Was your name not on the list or you didn't go to Dubai? I'll be waiting for 2024 there. Bring it on. I just wanted to remind him that everybody on that list is not government funded. Just in case. And I hope you have proof for you to, you know, you to do this.
This is definitely one story that we're going to stay abreast of and with and by and to and with whatever word.
There's a lot of people at this point.
Yeah, because this is our job now. It's our job. Now the work where we do.
Oh my God. It's a lot of brewing that I'm definitely going to stay with. But anyway, on that note, that's all we'll be able to take today On the bar, thank you for listening. Thank you very, very much for watching. We'll be
Subscribe,
back again at 3 p.m. West African time on Monday
Comment.
to give you another wonderful edition of The Bar.
Peace.